Hey guys, welcome to the bench. It's been a little bit. It's been quite a bit. So here we go. First off, I want to talk about this problem that I've had with these tools that I've gotten getting a little bit of rusty. What I generally do to that is I take some low grit sandpaper, a little sanding sponge here, and I get the rust off like so. Normally don't let this happen to my tools. Normally up on this is low grit, so I'm just going to sand off that oxidation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Johnson's paste wax. Johnson's paste wax here. Open it up. And I'm going to take my little scrubby here I got in there. I'm just gonna coat the tool all over. And you can put this on your table benches, on your table saws. Just give it a nice little protection of wax. And then I shouldn't get any more oxidation on that. So, first off, as soon as you see that, get on it. Get that oxidation off. Don't let it sit on there. Don't let it get rusty and mess up your tools. So first off on that. Next we're going to look at some of this 3/16 brass tube here. I want to get a piece of it out. I moved things all around my bench here. Because I was having issues with the larger lathe, I couldn't just move it back and forth. It was too much for me. So I want to see what the ID of this is. So this is just about 4mm 3.9794. So what I want to do is I want to find one of these rods that is that. It's a tube. It's a tube. It's like I started off with every tube. Okay, so this is 3/32. That's 2.5. That's a 16th. 3/64. It's a tube. Here is a 3/32. Okay, so 2 3/32 tube. Okay, I got too much tube. Or too much tube. What the heck? Okay, all that's tube. So, I guess the 3/32 is my closest bit on it. Let's try the aluminum one here and just see what it looks like in there. And I might have to go with a plastic rod on it. Let's just double check the measurement on this. Let's just check it real quick here. Yeah, that's 220, so it's like a 1.75 mm short of fitting in there. Yeah, that's too much. So let's go with the next size tube down. This looks like what I want right here, this 1/8 inch. Make sure this fits in there. Yes, it does. Okay. So let me see if I can get one of these rods out. Oh, I'm not going to get one of these rods out. I would prefer not to have to. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut the whole thing open. I'm bending the rods. Okay. There we go. So this is all bent up. Wow. This is too soft of a metal for what I need, so the aluminum is too soft. Do I have a 3/32 in brass? 3/32 tube, maybe? A 16th, 64th, 5/32. I got 3/32 in copper. And I got aluminum tube, and there's 3/32 right here, and another tube. Let's get a piece of this out. Man, they really seal that stuff up in there. Don't want you snagging a piece while you're in the store or something. Wow. Alright, so this, yeah, so that fits nice and snug in there. Alright. Let's get this stuff put up here. Alright, so we got two telescoping tubes here. We got a 3.2 millimeter and a 2.36 millimeter. And what I need to do is I need to put ends on these. So I'm probably going to use this one here. So let me set up the scroll saw real quick. Alright, we're back. We got the scroll saw set up. That's good. Safety glasses. And I'm going to cut off about, let's see here, I'm going to cut off about 1.5 inches in millimeters. We'll do 40 millimeters. So we'll do 40 millimeters. little violent, but we're good to go. We'll touch it up on the sander, which is over here now. Alright. Alright, so let's slide this back in its spot. There we go. We got our rod here. Make sure our other rod still fits in it. Yep, there we go. Now we'll get out the mini Proxxon lathe here. Whoop, Grogu, you fell off there, buddy. You fell off there. And we'll get this plugged. Alright. Alright, let's probably gonna put the collet on this bad boy. So let's see, do we have a collet that will fit this pipe here? Probably not that one. That one's too large. Too small. Too large. Too small. A little too big. Just the right size. Now I gotta get this one out. Need like a rod I can stick in there to push that collet out. That's not the right size. Oh, that's just gonna stretch it. Shouldn't have this much difficulty getting the collet out. There we go. Just needed a little bit more brute force here. Put it this way. There we go. Alright, so we're going to put our collet in there, chuck our piece in there. Now you don't want to go down to where you crush the tube, but we're going to try out one of these. Try out one of these new insert tools I got to do this here. Because it's a tube, I should be able to just touch it with this one and it should cut the way I want it to. Alright, so let's give this a gander here to see if it needs to be raised up with a shim. And that plays just because I don't have it tightened. That's actually a smidge high. Let's bring this back here like so. think this is going to be a little high for this. Oh, that motor housing doesn't allow me to get to the part. So this is as close as I can get, right about here, and still drive it in. So alright, so let's do this. I generally like to work closer to the chuck. But now I want this piece to be 5.5 millimeters. So I go right there. That is 8 millimeters. Let's tighten this up. So that's at 0, and then if we can we even use this? Yes, we can. Alright. Let's see here. Let's just see if this works. Okay, that didn't go through all the way. Let's give that a try here. Well, that is still, I didn't think that wall was that thick. I could have touched it off and measured it, which I probably should have done. That should be held on by just hardly anything now at this point. Oh, just a smidge more. Yeah. At this point, I could have used the cutoff tool and made the same wide groove. There we go. Now, the downside to this little lathe here is I'm not going to be able to get close to the chuck to do anything with it. So now what I want to do is I want to clean up the other side of this, and I don't think I'm going to be able to with this lathe. I'm going to have to use the other one, which is not a filmable spot at the moment. Generally what I would do is I would put this in here like that. Give it just a smidge of a tighten. Like that, and I would come in here and I would clean it up with a different tool, but I don't think I want to be able to do that. I have to do some finicky stuff here. Let's see here. That won't work. So that needs to actually be shimmed a bit. Let's back out a little bit. Tighten that down. Let's slide the tool forward just a little bit more, so we can have the reach to get this in here. Now I'm going to back this off a little bit. I'm going to come in right about there. And then I'm going to hopefully clean this up a little bit. Alright. Now, it should be good. Now let's see what our length is. I'll make sure our tube still fits in there. It does, it just has got a little burr in there. So, and this is going to go on here like so, as a post, more or less on this side. So I cut a little groove in there, or cut a little divot into this part, and then that's going to get soldered on there like so. What is our overall length? So it should be about 7.5, I would say. Nope, 6.5. Okay, so 6.2, which isn't bad. I was kind of eyeballing it. That's what I was kind of going for. Let's see if we can clean the inside of this up so that I can get something in there. So and what I could do is I could, because it's 6.2, I could do is come in here, I'll back this up a little bit, come in here like so, and see if I can get the play to go up in there. Yes, I can. And what I can do is I can come up here like so, and bring this in and just till it touches, just kiss it. Okay, so we're touching it, so we're going to shut the lathe off, back it out, and then we're going to zero this, and then we had to go 2.6, or 0.26, so there's 0.2, and a little bit more. And I come in here like so. And do that like that. And now we should be at 6 millimeters. Doing this on a huge lathe is much more efficient, but you can't do the tiny pieces. So this should technically be 6 millimeters. Okay, 4.97. So we got a 6 mil piece. So it's basically how that's done. See if that cleaned us up. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a reamer tool I have. So this is a little reamer tool. Just going to come in here like so. Ream that out like that. Ream that out like that. Hopefully that worked. Yep, and now we have our rod that slides on there. So, alright. Alright, so there's one. It's one piece. Put that in our little dish up here. Now I need another one. Alright, so we're going to put this one in here. Let's just clean this up first. So, while we're doing this, link to the Discord is in the description below. Come say hi, give input, all that good stuff. I'm just eyeballing this here just to clean this end up here. And I'm going to show you another way that we can cut one of these off here and get hopefully a closer to the size that we want. So I'm going to take out this tool, shim, take my cutoff tool. How does that line up? It looks good the way it is. So we'll put that there. I normally don't like to have my tools hanging off the tool rest this far. So we need to measure this tool. So this tool is 2.95 millimeters. So say 3 millimeters. So let's write that down. Tool is 3 millimeters. So tool is 3 millimeters. So we got that measurement. And we want a 4. Let me just see what that looks like. Hold on. Still working on switching to millimeters. So 4. Let's go ahead and go with another 6 millimeter on it. So that means I need 9 millimeters. At least 9 sticking out of there. I don't have at least 9 sticking out of there. So let's do that. Let's get some of that sticking out of the hole. So, and we need, so 3 plus another 3. So it's 15. We'll do, we're going to use the tailstock, so we'll do 20. And that measurement does not need to be accurate too much. So we're going to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to back this up. And then we're going to bring this up to right about there. Can I even get in there all the way? Yes, I can. So we're going to do this. And then what we're going to do is I'll turn this on, back this up just a little bit, and we're going to touch this. Not in far enough. Okay, I'm going to back it off now. Now, I'm going to set my 0. Now, if I want 6 millimeters, I got to add 3 to this because that's the width of the tool. So I'm going to go 9 millimeters. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we stop this and I bring this up here, that should be 6 millimeters from the tool here. And that's about what we are. So we're going to cut this off here, hopefully. No issues. Sitting a little bit low for my liking, so we're going to put a shim on that. It's just sitting a smidge too low for my taste. So we're going to put us a little shim in here. This shouldn't mess up our measurement. As long as we ensure that the tool is in there, but you generally want to make sure that you don't have to do this in the middle of a cut. So yeah, it's still too low. So I need a thicker shim here. Hard for me to see anymore, so that shim was 1/10 of a millimeter. This shim is 30.3 millimeters. Let's give that a whirl. And normally you want to, like I said, normally you want to make sure your tool post is clean. Already see something I don't like on that shim that will fix. Alright, let's try this. That's still far too low. Alright. So I'm probably going to go with this one. Let's try this one here. This one is full millimeter. And that looks like about what we were off. spent most of my time machining. This is how I did it because, I don't know, for some reason it was faster. But with the quick change tool post, you know, that's going to be too high. Okay, so do we have a, let's see, what is this one? 0.5. Split the difference of the last one we did. Alright, so I need to mark on all these tools what size shim it needs. Probably just make a quick change tool holder with the equipment I have here. Alright, hopefully this is it. We're going to bring in this. Loud, guys. All right. That was extremely loud. I wasn't expecting that. I got to work on some settings and whatnot, but I cut that off. If we look at the part that was cut off that doesn't have the extra flash on it, it's 6 millimeters. So our measurement system worked. Let's get this out of the way and let's get on to the next step here. Now, so I could have used the that was the reason I used that chamfer bit the first time, was because I didn't want it to be that loud. So yeah, I didn't want it to get that loud. Now that's going to be like, oh, Steve, put a warning in the video if you watch this before anybody else does, and make it so it's going to be loud. I am truly sorry about that, and I am just going to use this cutoff bit right here to clean this up. My play loosened up in this. Alright, let's get this down here. I'm really sorry about the loud on the last part. I'm sure the whole house heard me. So let's reamer that out. This might need to be cleaned up with the other tool. Let's see if our piece fits on it. Yeah, it fits. So there we go. We got another one of those. Let's check our measurement to see if that worked correctly. And we're at 632, but there's still a little bit of flash on there. So that would have came right out at 6mm if I would have not tried to rush it. Yeah, there's a little bit of flash on there. I have to clean it up with the other tool. But, you know, that's cutting some brass on the Proxxon 150E. I'm going to get this cleaned up, and then I am going to see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Discord link in the description. Have yourself a fantastical day.